Kari Lake appeared on Fox News with Maria Bartiromo, and I have a clip for you from it. Just continues with her dangerous lies about her election and the story now she has created about how she lost, which the real story, the honest story that is based in reality, is that she got less votes. And so she lost. And so Katie Hobbs became governor, as should have happened. But here, she can't handle that. And so she's created this whole false reality, like we saw in 2020 with Donald Trump, about what really caused her to lose. And that's what you'll see here.
And so I hope that when you called it an invasion throughout your campaign for governor. You a minute ago said that the other side sabotaged you. How did they do it? And how far are you willing to take this lawsuit?
We are suing, and we are the first court case to even have evidence put forth in an election case. Really, a lot of people said in 2020 they never put any evidence forward. There's a lot of evidence, and we saw it play out on the election.
Did she just admit that they brought forward bogus lawsuits in 2020? This is the first time we've actually had evidence. True that, Kari, except for you don't have evidence this time, just like last time.
Day in Arizona, when 60% of the voting locations stopped working as soon as the polls opened on election day, knowing that 75% of the people voting on election day were voting for Kari Lake. They sabotaged election day by printing the wrong images on the ballots, jamming up the machines. The machines didn't work at least 60% of the polling locations, and that caused lines of 2 and 3 and 4 hours. People couldn't vote. They got to the front of the line, the machines were jamming, and people were disenfranchised. And so we're fighting this, and we've got excellent evidence, and we're taking it to the appellate court now. We will take it to the Arizona Supreme Court, and we will take it to the United States Supreme Court if we need to, but we will not allow our...
So courageous. So here's the truth about what happened. As she keeps repeating these lies, it is so enraging to watch, but there's issues with the tabulator machine. So people were still able to cast their vote, but the tabulation process was temporarily halted, so they put their ballot in a secure box. Then, once the tabulators got back up and running on election day, the people could vote and leave. They were fine. Ballots put in a secure box, those ballots then were tabulated later. Wasn't prevented from voting in those situations. And so she's just lying about what happened. And we remember clearly she doesn't have actual evidence, because when she was going through these affidavits that were supposed to prove how horribly stolen the election was from her, one of the stories she told was a man who, take a look at this, he came to the polling place and said, "I want to vote." And they said, "The polls have already closed." And it was after 7 p.m. and the polls closed 7 p.m. How terrible. He wasn't able to vote. Yes, it was after 7 p.m. That's how it works. And so she doesn't have evidence. Instead, she takes the nugget of truth we've talked about with the tabulation problems that didn't prevent people from voting, just got resolved, and then people's ballots were counted, and has turned that into this whole story of the election being stolen, which is absolutely so dangerous. Luke Beasley Official on Instagram. Let me know what you think.